Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 2 of Season 3 here in the Road to Glory series on FIFA 18. We're in the Championship now, and today in the month of August we will be starting our Championship season. We'll play the first game of the season against Fulham. We'll play the last game of the month against Leeds and simulate the 4 in between. You guys gave me loads of suggestions for potential regens to look for. A handful aren't available yet. Players like Dani Alves, Andres Iniesta, Franck Ribery, Ian Robben, Yaya Toure, they're all still playing. I have, however, added a number of options to the shortlist, the majority of which are strikers. We have potential Petr Cech regens in Thomas Schick and Michael Kadlec. I'm not sure if either of them are. I'm scouting both of them. We'll find out what their overalls are in due course. With regard to strikers, we obviously had De Silva Jr., Escobar, Ipons already on the shortlist. We think Ipons might be a David Villa replacement, but there are a few people saying maybe Fernando Torres or Adariz might have regens, and I am tending to agree. There were a number of Spanish other regens available to potentially look for in future windows. Obviously, they've just been regenerated, so they're not available to sign in this current window. But we have Eduardo Aguza Santiago is 5'8". Ignore the preferred foot. For some reason, on the shortlist in the transfer hub, it says everybody's left-footed. That's not the case. It's just a bug. But he's 3-star, medium work rates at 19 years of age, 5'8". Again, the majority of the players I've got listed here have great physical stats. Starting off with a summary, acceleration, sprint speed tend to be, I think they might be in fact a factor in all of them. We have Balenciaga, who's a 5'8" player, can play striker, right mid, left mid. 3-star, 2-star, medium low. We have Carlos Muniz Gallego, 6'1", 4-star skills, 2-star weak foot, medium low work rates, can play at striker, right mid, left mid, and at right back. So I have no idea what he's going to be like when we get the scout report back. We have a 6'5" guy, Mikel Olmo Lozano. I think this might be the Adariz replacement. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Acceleration, sprint speed, ball control, balance, agility. He's at Valencia. Of course, Adariz did play for Valencia briefly. Low work rate, so which is slightly frustrating, but a 6'5" target man with pace, similar to the guy we've already got, might be decent and worth a look. Another youngster at Valencia actually is Roman Hinojo, 3-star, 1-star, slightly frustrating. And then we have Sanchez Ruiz, 5-star weak foot for him, 6 foot, high-low work rates, acceleration, agility, dribbling, sprint speed, balance. All of them are quite exciting. We'll have to wait and see what their stats look like once all of the scout reports come back. A few potential Quagliarella replacements or regens even as well. We have 5-star skill moves on Daniele Barber. High-low work rates, acceleration, sprint speed, balance, agility, dribbling, and the 5-star skill moves could be very tasty indeed. We have 3-star, 2-star on Andrea Bisoli. High-low work rates. He's only 5'10" though as well. But so obviously we'd prefer perhaps the 5-star skills of Barber, sorry. And then we have 5-star weak foot on Carlo Cachin. Acceleration, balance, sprint speed, agility, ball control, high-low work rates, 3-star skills as well. Striker, left wing are his default positions. So I believe, judging by the feedback you guys have given, that the positions that the players are listed in would be the same as the player that they've regenerated, which leads me to think that this guy isn't a Quagliarella replacement. There was actually some talk in the comments about perhaps the left back that we got, Andreu, being maybe a Patrice Evra regen. But apparently Evra is left back, left mid in game, and Andreu is only a left back, so it might not be a Patrice Evra regen. Potential for Lorenzo Ferreira actually to be either a Bruno Alves or Pepe regen as well. Pepe and Bruno Alves both retired in my save. Now, I'm not sure when they're retired, so it might not be one of those guys, but it genuinely could be as well. So we're waiting and seeing. And then, again, we're just going to try and move on a number of players that we don't believe we need right now. But Finally, we shall advance. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. We've still got scouts out searching. We're still waiting for offers to come in. An offer of £840,000 for Quezzy. I'm most certainly accepting that. That's almost 300 grand above valuation. Thank you very much. And of course, we are going to need some money. I'll train actually whilst I think of it. We are going to need some money if we're going to be looking to buy players in January. Especially those that are currently regenerating. We might be able to pick them up in January. If not, maybe sign them on free contracts for next season. A number of them with their contracts running out soon. Nice to see Badimo continuing to grow as well. The more his technical stats grow, the better. And a few of you asking me to train Schwartz's defensive stats. So now that his passing's at 73, I might well do that. More scout reports. I have Alessio Bruno, 63 to 85. I'm going to say no. 65 to 91 intrigues me. So we'll wait for him. 59 to 79. 67 to 89. He's 15. We'll wait and see what position he plays in. 72 to 94 looks intriguing as well. So we'll wait for those guys. Give them more months. 53 to 73 is a no. Similarly there. Similarly there, and similarly there. Come on, mate. You're a 5-star scout. You've got to be offering me better players than that. Don't tell me I wasted all the money on the 5-star scout and he's not actually going to bring me anything worthwhile. Bejarano. Now, he's not necessarily a centre-back I'm actually looking to sell. I'm looking to move on a couple of others instead. Actually, who have I got on the transfer list currently? Let me just quickly refresh my memory. It's actually been almost a week since I recorded an episode of this save. So we have Appiah, Lyle Taylor and McLean, as well as Scott and Hagland on the transfer list. Loan deals hoping to be struck for a number of other players. But other than those guys that are already on the transfer list, I'm not looking to sell anyone else. Loan offer for Ewan Young, which I will accept considering we now have... I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I just glanced at him. It began with M. We have... Maceras. He's going to be my backup right back now. 5-star week for him too, which is nice. We believe that he's a Stefan Lichtsteiner regen, especially considering it says right back, right mid as well. So he's going to be a very good player for me, hopefully. With regards to centre-backs, we have Rose, we have Marian Ruiz, we have Bejarano, Sensi and Lorenzo Ferreira now. So 5 decent centre-backs, although I'm not looking to sell on Bejarano, despite the fact that he's probably at the lower end of the potential scale. Quezzy's gone. He's gone to Göteborg in Sweden. I'm going to say Sweden. I might be wrong. Apologies if I am. Bray Wanderers have offered for Duncan Scott. Just going to accept that. He's not very good and will be leaving us, hopefully, immediately. But up first then, after we've had a little bit of a waffle and discussed what we went through in the previous episode, on my first game at Championship level. I've no idea how this is going to go. I've no idea how this season is going to go. We will either struggle to avoid relegation or finish comfortably mid-table. One of the two. Promotion is most certainly not on the cards this season. We'll have to wait and see how things go. New signings, Mancinelli and Badimo start up top for their first competitive games. This will actually be the first time I've used Mancinelli at all. 2-star weak foot, 3-star skills, left-footed, 6'2". Badimo obviously fast and agile. 72 dribbling as well, which is good, 6'6". 1-star weak foot, frustratingly, but he's right-footed. And we have Esteban Munoz, 3-star, left-footed. Striker that can hopefully do something off the bench. And Castaneda has great potential to be special, I believe. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him potentially off the bench as well. We're getting better. The squad is looking, even at this stage, much stronger than it was at the end of last season, albeit other than the striking area. But hopefully, with all of the various different regions we're looking at, we'll be able to find a couple of gems that we can bring in the not too distant future. Perhaps not this window, but maybe in a future window, hopefully January, if not next summer, to kick us on from kind of mid to lower table championship to upper half championship, playoff promotion into the Premier League levels. We'll have to wait and see how things go though. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. And wish me luck for this championship season, because I think I'm going to need it. Nice ball by Tom Kearney into James Forrest. First time Fulham have come forward, causing me problems. And if that's how things are going to go in the championship, we might be in for a very long, hard season. The first attack from Fulham, the first goal from Fulham. Strike and a half from McDonald. It's 1-0 to my opponents. Fulham are one of the best teams in the league, so we can't necessarily be expecting to just turn up here and rule the roost. But I would like to be fairly competitive, at least, in our first game. Mancinelli's making a good run here, and I'll slot him through. And he is left-footed, so he's in the right place for it. Mancinelli on his debut draws a good save at that keeper, but we can't get ourselves level. Decent attempt to try and put the defender under pressure here. Thomas Callas struggling to keep that in, but Dennis Odoi will get rid of it. Kevin McDonald forward to Cisse. They've cleared their lines properly. Dimitrov with a throw. De Jong spins beautifully. Now I've got some tall people in the box, and I've crossed the ball to the smallest one of them. But Mancinelli will keep possession here. Turns well, and the shot is blocked. We win that header with De Jong. I can't. Can I win a secondary battle against Tom Kearney? I can't do that either. We're starting to grow, though, in confidence here. We're creating chances now. Half an hour in, still 1-0 Fulham. Essentially there to Ruben Hara. Cooper's got McCall down the line. Badimo's looking to make moves. And indeed he is making those moves. And can he make those moves count? His first touch isn't bad. We'll cross the ball in. Dave Walker's there, but Christie does well to win the initial header. But De Jong! Oh, wide. When it left his boot, I thought it was going to fly in. Unfortunately, it's gone past the post. Chances continue to come for us here, though. Hopefully it won't be long before we find that equaliser. McDonald down the line to Aite. Driving forward. Cross could come in, maybe. No. McDonald to Aite. Just taking the time at the end of the half. They'll take the advantage there. They'll play on with it. McDonald into Rui Fonte. That's looping. Very nearly caught the keeper out. Needed to be made, that save. Kearney will deliver. And Callas. Oh, wow, off the line. Unbelievable at the end of the half. Is that going to be... Is that my free kick? No, it's an advantage for them. Half-time whistle. How that hasn't ended up going in from Thomas Callas, I'm not sure. But we are going in just the one goal behind. Very much overturnable, this deficit. Donald. Oh, what a through ball to Aite. Early shot, good save by Bennett. Looking for their second at the very beginning of the second half. Tom Kearney will deliver the corner. It's a decent one. Aite's underneath it this time. Bennett holds on. They are one of the best sides in the division, Fulham. It's not necessarily the easiest of first games for us at this level, but to only be 1-0 down, I think, is a decent accomplishment at this stage. And we have been competitive too. Perhaps slightly lucky in a couple of moments, most notably the final chance of the first half. But still, you earn your luck, and we have been playing well. So hopefully, we can get ourselves an equaliser, provided I can hold on to possession. Call into Ruben Hara. Forward there to Mancinelli. We'll go to De Jong first, then to Dave Walker, who's driving down this right-hand side. And he's in behind well here, Walker. He's in some space. I cannot find a teammate at the back post. No, Odoi gets there first. Thought I'd stand it up for the 6'6" man at the back post, Badimo, to try his best. Ruben Hara will deliver the ball into the box. And unfortunately, it's only a Fulham man that's underneath it. Castaneda's come on. Lugano's come on. Guerra has come on. Will it be enough to force an equaliser, or will we find ourselves still losing this game when it comes to the final whistle? If they score on this counter-attack, then we will most certainly lose, but they will not be scoring on this counter-attack. There's the final whistle. It is a defeat, but there's no shame in losing 1-0 at Craven Cottage. We did well in that first half. Started to flag a little bit in the second, but I'm still quite pleased to have performed as well as we did. Shows promise for the rest of the season, most certainly. And we won't be... we won't be in the relegation zone, I don't think. We'll find out in a minute. Ewan Young has been loaned out, and I don't know whether they're in the relegation zone or not, because we've got Scunthorpe next. Right, I was going to start training Schwartz's defensive abilities, wasn't I? So I will do that now. And we've got a few games to... wow, his tackling's really nowhere near as good as it needs to be. Hopefully, if we can improve his tackling, then that might boost his overall up quite significantly. Gets an A in his first defensive training, and a few stats go up by 2, if not 3, in the shape of the stand tackle. It's a good start. Right, so we've got some games to sim. 4, in fact. Scunthorpe, QPR, Cardiff and Bolton, and then we'll play the game against Leeds. We'll advance, wait for some scout reports, hopefully by the end of the month as well. And fingers crossed, we can have a positive start to our time here in the Championship. Gangont has signed Maxwell Cornet. There was actually... Will it show me here on this Oh, it's not going to show it. There's been a deal go through. Oh, Duncan Scott has sold. Okay, good. There's been a deal go through. Moraes wants to play. I'm afraid not on them. There's been a deal go through in this window that has seen Isco go from Real Madrid to AC Milan, and he's mentioned it in commentary in the last game, for £105 million. So we'll wait and see how accurate that commentary piece was. I'll actually have a look in the little transfer tab after this game. Dimitrov and Walker with the goals initially, but they pull one back through Joe Pigott, a former Wimbledon player, former Cambridge United player as well, but left back Dimitrov back on the score sheet numerous times as he was last season. 3-1 win here as it stands, and a 3-1 win confirmed. So we're through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. As always though, the league is the priority for us this season, and we are in the relegation zone in 22nd after the first game, but that's not to worry. Right, transfer history. Let me show you if I can. Where's me? There. 115. Oh wow, 115.9 million Dele Alli to Atletico Madrid, and 105 million Real Madrid to Milan for Isco, and 104.5 for Milinkovic-Savic to Real Madrid. 3 deals over £100 million. I've never seen that in career mode before. Unbelievable. 3 deals over 100 mil, and we've still got a couple of weeks left in August. We'll wait and see what we can do here against QPR. I'm not overly confident, but we'll wait and see. I am expecting us to be very heavily relegation threatened this season. Very heavily relegation threatened. Walker's picked up an injury, which isn't necessarily good news after 24 minutes. If we make it to half time at 0-0, we can. Pushing into this second half. On the hour mark, still at 0-0. It's good news. We might... No, never mind. We won't be picking up our first points this season. 1-0 to QPR after 77 minutes, and 1-0 is how the scoreline finishes. That's frustrating. Literally, as I was about to say, we might be picking up our first points of the season here. We get the defeat. Right. Ewan Wright is back from injury, and Dave Walker is out for 2 months. Superb. That's just what I needed, that is, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful. Right. Okay. Well, let's start... Have I got anyone better on the bench? Let's start Neumann then. And actually, no, let's start Hughes. I'll put Neumann on the bench. And someone I did want to put on the bench, actually, over Guerra, was Macheras as well, because he can play at right mid as well as right back. Right. Let's push to the next game. The next one was... Actually, I can't remember. I'm not going to try and bother remembering. Cardiff. It was, and then I was train after that. It was Cardiff and then Bolton, wasn't it? Cardiff, then Bolton. Cardiff have got 1 point so far from the opening 2 games this season, as you can see from the league table there. We'll see if we can get ourselves off the mark now with this away game. Last year, we didn't necessarily rely massively heavily on the simmed games, but this year I might find myself having to rely more on my in-game performance than in these simulations, more so than we did last year. There are a few games that I probably would have lost or drawn last year had I played them that we were actually able to get victories from with these simulations, but we get a goal back through Lugano and then they go and score in the 84th minute and get themselves a victory. Cardiff, unfortunately, it's going to be our 3rd straight defeat at the beginning of the Championship season, but we're showing promise. We've not been battered yet. That's a good sign. We've not been hammered yet. They're all single goal victories. And that, over the course of the season, as we continue to improve, will most certainly be something that can be overturned. And we can start drawing those games, and then perhaps by the end of the season, even winning those games by a single goal. Leeds United, who will be our final opponents of the day, are there in 21st. We are currently bottom of the league, and the only side not to pick up a point after the first 3 games. I mentioned Leeds, they actually had a game in hand there. Transfer for Nicolas Sensi that I will be rejecting, of course. I will actually have to check player... Will Bell's back from injury too, or on his way back from injury. That's good news. We have a game against Manchester City drawn now instead. Okay, let me check the calendar. Has that moved the game against Leeds? It hasn't. So we have an extra game to simulate. All right, Bolton up first. See what we can get from this one. I'd like to pick up at least a point from our opening month in the Championship if we can. 3 straight defeats isn't the best of starts, but again, this is going to be more like Season 1. Season 1 was a case of fighting to stay in League 1, and we were able to do it, finishing 19th. This is going to be more difficult, but it is, again, going to be a case of fighting to stay in the league we're in. 1-0 down after the hour mark. Literally, the Sammy Amiobi goal is the only thing that's happened in the entire game. With 10 minutes to go, it's still the only thing that's happened in the entire game. Literally the only thing. To go on the update thing there was... Oh, we're down to... Oh, actually, this guy was someone I was perhaps interested in. I don't know. Mere, I'm going to remove. Carlo Caccini, I don't know. 6'2". His pace is good. Oh, I'm not sure at 55 rated. Transfer for Samuel de Jong, 2.9 million. That's a big offer, but we will reject it. Yeah, something I was going to mention. I can't remember whether I actually got the point out or not before I got distracted by the Manchester City game. We will be having to look at contracts because a number of players only have 12 months left on their contract at this particular moment in time. Schwartz is now up to 60 rated, and I'll quickly check the squad report just to ensure that he still has the potential to be special tag. I think it was... this isn't the squad report, is it, Ches? He had 93 to 94, didn't he? Oh no, that was George. That was the English guy that we've got in our youth squad at the minute. I need to check whether he's actually turned 16 now. Schwartz, an exciting prospect. Okay, well at least he's still going to grow quite well. And yeah, there we go. George Cooper, he's the guy. Still 15, 93 to 94, and then 54 to 72 for Brandon Clark. He was my scout future star, wasn't he? That's just awful. Still 15 years of age though, George Cooper. It'd be nice if he could turn 16 so I can call him up. Right, up next, Manchester City. Expecting a heavy defeat there, to be completely honest. We get another email, and it's transfer for Ewan Wright, something that I shall be rejecting. A number of players now starting to attract interest, shall we say, from other clubs around the save. Another offer for Dimitrov from the side that will be we just lost to, in fact, Bolton. But we'll sim this City game, and then we will play Leeds United at the end of the week and hope that we can pick up our first points in the league. I know I'm going to lose this, obviously. What starting lineup are they putting out? It's a weak one, but still with Gabriel Jesus, Quincy Promes, Gonçalo Guedes, Fernandinho, Eric Dyer in the starting lineup. Yeah, their front six are going to cause me all sorts of problems. Somehow it's still only 1-0 at half-time. Gabriel Jesus' goal the difference. Sergio Aguero comes off the bench and of course gets on the score sheet after 59 minutes. Just 7 minutes on the pitch. We pull one back through Lugano. Is it going to be another? No, it's not going to be another single goal victory. Coyote scores off the bench to make it 3-1 City. Never mind. Never mind. Advancing forward to the game against Leeds then on transfer deadline day. We will play that and then end the window. Anita. De Jong steals it away from him. Ball inside to Lugano. There's Mancinelli. Think that for Badimo to get onto, and he's done well. He's gotten away from the man. No, he's only got a one-star weak foot. Proving my point right there. I was never going to be able to get it onto his right, so I had to try. Unfortunately, the try wasn't good enough. So he's kicked that straight Lugano. It's not going to find its way through to my front line, though. So Saiz tackled again. Still not going to find its way forward to my front line. Oh, will it, though? Badimo running away. Come on, lad. Come on, lad. Find a teammate. I see the man at the back post. Oh, Hughes! Yes! Our first goal that we've scored personally in the Championship across the back post from Badimo, and Hughes arrives to just nod home at the back post into the bottom corner. Wasn't the best of crosses. I didn't think he was going to get to it, to be completely honest, but that away contingent in the corner are delighted. Turn back onto his left foot, stand it up, and oh, it's a diving header as well. What a finish! That's a great goal. Look at that. Putting his head right in the danger zone. Would have been kicked in the chin if it weren't for the defender's inability to actually try and clear the ball. Hughes makes it 1-0 Wimbledon after 25 minutes. Let's not get carried away. Keras to Badimo. In there to Mancinelli. Samuel de Jong's around the corner. Go on, Samuel. Go on, Samuel. No! Off the post. 7 minutes to go till half time. With that far away from a 2-0 lead, Samuel de Jong gets himself in behind and then hits the woodwork. I can't believe it. I'd have been so confident of getting the win if we'd have been able to put that away, but with still just a 1-goal advantage, it's heavily in the balance.
That's an excellent cross. There's still danger here.
No, that's going to be a goal, isn't it? As soon as the headed clearance went straight to a Leeds man, I could just tell. Leeds have equalised 3 minutes before half time, and that is exactly why a 1-0 lead isn't good enough. Decent finish, easy finish, 1-1. Here's Kamal Roof. Nice tackle. Garno, Medimo, Samuel Young takes that in his stride well. I'm going to need support, and it is arriving. He's Hughes around the outside. Across to the back post. Can he return the favour? Medimo, he can return the favour! Oh, we're 2-1 in front. Medimo with his first goal for the club. I can't quite believe that's actually worked. Goal number 1. Medimo crosses to the back post for Hughes. Goal number 2. Hughes crosses to the back post for Medimo. That is where his height is going to come in handy. Right, let's hold on to the lead this time around. Free kick for Leeds. 2 minutes into the second half. Hopefully they don't score their second goal. Zanelli will take it. It's against the wall. Keeper will come and drop it. Cleared away by the defender. Do not do that to me, Bennett. Give my man a heart attack. Nice ball into Kamal Roof. Turns inside well. Is that a foul? It is. Free kick for Leeds here. I think they're making a change as well, are they? Not sure. Pontus Jansson, of all people, will take the free kick. Surely you'd want your centre back in the box to get on the end of it. Well, if Ajim scores, straight at the keeper, and he's pushed it into the side netting. Samu Saiz makes it Leeds 2, Wimbledon 2. Surely the keeper has to do better there. I mean, the defenders have to do better, but the keeper has to do better. 2-2. Here's Kamal Roof. Back to Samuel Saiz. De Jong steps in. Medimo will knock that back. Macaris to Lugano. Hold the man off. Get it to Medimo. Turn. There's Mancinelli. Rushing through here is Lugano. Oh, please, Will Bale. No! Side netting only. Oh, so close to going 3-2 in front. I can't believe he's missed the target. Rusty coming back from his injury, and it's cost us. Roof. Back to Saiz. Nice tackle. Forward here to Mancinelli. Medimo's on the run. Is his pace going to be enough? Oh, it was so close to a penalty. But he's probably a few inches outside the box, Pontus Jansson. That is lucky. Very, very lucky. You can see the edge of the box right there. Another foot to the right. And that's a pen. Right. Lugano will deliver the ball into the box. And Will Bale! 3-2 Wimbledon. He's done it. He might have missed an open goal, but that one he powers home with a header. Questions asked to their goalkeeper this time around. He didn't seem to react to that at all. Did it take a deflection? No. Oh, it hit him in the face. That's why he went for that animation. Will Bell with a header. It hits the keeper on the top of the head. And into the back of the net it goes. We lead again. Schwartz through the gap nicely. Mancinelli onto Esteban Munoz, who's on the pitch for the first time for me. First time I've used him. Shot draws a save out of Wiedwald. Decent effort. Corner to come in here from Lugano, looking for a near post header perhaps. We do get a near post header. Only thing is it's from Max Gradle, unfortunately, not a Wimbledon man. We'll loop that in though. And at the back post is Will Bell, but he's headed that wide and it'll be a goal kick. 12.5 minutes to hold on. Schwartz, see the run being made. Oh, it's a lovely ball out to Will Bell. I'll turn. I'll drive into the box. We'll pull it back. And Mancinelli! Oh, God damn it! Misses the target. 10 minutes to go. That surely would have ended things. But it's sliced off his weak foot. Oh, this game is driving me crazy right now. This game against Leeds has been absolutely mental. Somehow we're still in front. My heart is racing. Desperate to get 3 points from this. Let's go around the corner to Esteban Munoz. Turns inside. Esteban Munoz. Munoz! Oh, it's going to go wide as well! Ah! Phillips. Down the line to Taylor Roberts. Really dangerous position here. I don't like this at all. Max Gradle to the middle. Samu Saiz with a shot blocked and we clear it away. Mancinelli has got the space to run into here. I've only just noticed how many attackers, they've pushed forward. Surely, across the box. Surely 4-2! We're going to win! Esteban yards off the bench to get the fourth. 3 points on the way in the championship. It's going to be our first victory. Not only is it our first win, it's our first goals as well that I've personally scored with a team through the defender's goalkeeper's legs. Oh, YouTuber has heart attack, but we are going to get 3 points. Unbelievable game here at Ellen Road. Absolutely ridiculous. Win this, please. Win this, please. Win this, please. Well up, Sensi. We might find the final whistle coming momentarily. That is massive. To have gotten a win and to have scored a number of goals as well, and a win by more than a single goal margin. Even though we lost our opening, was it 4 straight games in the league? I'm actually very pleased with how, we lost our opening 4 straight games. I'm actually very pleased at that opening month. I am really pleased with that. We've got 10 hours to go. Top deals have been ridiculous. Let's see what happens on transfer deadline day. Obviously, I'm not going to be involved in anything now, I don't think, unless we get any major offers in. Well, I'll give you a quick roundup. Oh, that might have been another huge offer that went through. Took a big jump there, but nothing on the latest deals tab. I'll have a quick scroll through at the end, just to ensure that quick scroll through the transfer menu we were in previously, just to ensure that we keep up to date with everything that happens in this window and the teams around us. Well, to be fair, the teams in the league above us. Got an email there, 2 emails now. One of which is transfer offer for Samuel de Jong, one of which is a transfer offer for Ewan Wright, both of which will be rejected. No, thank you. My players are staying with me. Thank you very much. You can see all the players we've brought in there, and we've made £1.4 million this window. We're on fire. We're on fire. I'm quite the wheeler dealer, aren't I? That's going to be absolutely everything done for us in this window. Probably should have scrolled through, actually, shouldn't I? Have shown you what happened with the teams in our window, but never mind. Fulham have offered me the manager role. Sorry, lads, but I've got a project underway here, and I want to follow that through. U-Squad monthly report will be, obviously, for George Cooper. Still 15, can't call him up yet. Offer for Marine Ruiz, that I shall be rejecting. And transfer deadline day is ended. Right, let's see quickly what the biggest deals in the window were. Obviously, we saw the main 3. Then Kovacic to City for 63.2. Tovar to Juventus for 63. Leandro Paredes to West Ham for 57.4. Toby Alderweireld has gone to PSG. Rashford to Bayern. Samu Castillejo to Real Español. Moreno to Roma. Davinson Sanchez to Barcelona. Iñaki Williams from Southampton to Chelsea. Sabitzer to Stoke. Corona to Roma. Mahrez to Barcelona. Neres to Napoli. Odriozola to PSG. Sergi Rico to Juventus. Mariano to Lazio. Chiesa to Mönchengladbach. Promised to City, as we saw. We played against him, or simulated against him earlier on. Berardi to Napoli. Martins to Newcastle. Florenzi to Chelsea. Januzaj to Deportivo. Moore to Bologna. Any other standout names? Marcos Llorente to Inter. De Ligt to Dortmund. Golovin, Ricardo Rodriguez has left AC Milan. Any other Premier League teams involved? Dalbert to Leverkusen. Amiri to Liverpool. I don't know anything about him. Juan Cuadrado to Tottenham. Piccini to Wolfsburg. Andrew Robertson to Napoli. Interesting move for Liverpool to sell their left back there. Maffeo to Swansea from City. Babacar to Stuttgart. And that rounds out the biggest deals of the window and the month of August. We might still be in the relegation zone, but we are off the mark with regards to our points. And we're not even the worst side that have been promoted. Wigan are bottom of the table. They came up with us last year and subsequently haven't been able to pick up a win in the opening 5 games. At the other end of the table, Nottingham Forest have won every single game they've played so far, only conceding 1 goal. Do we play them in the next month? Please say no. Oh, the very next game. Great. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on more. I'll see you next time.